Visit GoArmy.com and learn about 150 different career opportunities available now. Esports and the U.S. Army working together to make things better. We're back here at the Esports Stadium, Arlington, and as you can see, our next matchup as we're about to get underway, VCU versus UCF. We're in the upper bracket finals. It's been a great day already out of the gates as we were started off in our Final Four. Let's go ahead and take a look at the schedule of what we've seen here in this here in our grand finals day, our last day of this entire 2-week-long tournament. And you can see RMU, they just came out to play Purdue. They didn't come out in the very first map, and they needed to because that was their map pick. And it was a map that they should have won based off of the play styles that we've seen in the earlier parts of the tournament. But there you have it, RMU winning that one decisively 2-0 over Purdue. And so that put them to our top three. Our top three, of course, is competing now for our three different prizes. We've got our first place, which is $3,000, our second place, which is $1,500, and our third place now is $500. So all of these players, all these teams are in the money at this point in time, and now we'll just see the differentials between each of those prize points as we look here. Right now, VCU is trying, as well as UCF, are trying to see which way they fall. If VCU or UCF, they advance, they win this matchup, they will immediately be at a minimum of $1,500 in that tournament. And if you look on the flip side, they'll be sent down and they have to then compete against RMU. But that's, of course, that's our next matchup. It is a best of one. So out of all the different types of tournaments that you see, a lot of times the flip side, all of the upper bracket matches are best of three and all the lower brackets are best of ones. That makes for a great production, but it doesn't necessarily make for a great competition because at that point you don't necessarily get a fair shake sometimes, and so they'll be able to knock down there. So this is a best of one, and we'll see how this one be able to play out. Let's go ahead and introduce these teams. So you've got starting off on VCU, Virginia Commonwealth University. This team was so much fun to watch the last time that we had seen them. You can see here's Wolfeye. We'll also see the likes of AK the Virus. He'll be watching a lot of lurks and flanks and be able to get some really good angles. Another player to be on the lookout for, you've got Chaz. Chaz is another player. Here's Leprechaun. As you can see, a couple little action points from him. But Gonzo was so much fun. Gonzo with his deagle was so cool in the games that we saw beforehand. But so VCU, though, they've got Chaz there. Of course, man, there's been some really good games that we've seen, and here's our last player to talk about is Blur. So you can see just the different moments, perfect nades coming in, just nade after nade after nade, just raining them in. So this is going to be a good team, good matchup to watch, and we'll really be on the lookout for and see exactly what map we're going to end up. You can see right there they defeated Drexel 16-3. Kennesaw matchup was tight and close. Of course, Gonzo there with Kennesaw team 16-14. Then you've got Robert Morris University 16-11. They sent RMU down to the lower bracket, which was the team that we saw earlier today playing against Purdue. So you got AK the Virus, Blur, Chaz, Leprechaun, and Wolfeye. John, what are some notes that we're going to be taking away for this team?
Well, we're going to keep our eye on Chaz, that's for sure. He's been the top fragger for this team. He's been an anchor. He's also been a guy who can clutch out situations. So he is the superstar for this team. But as you said, Corey, everyone on this team can step up equally. We've seen great games out of all of them. Wolfeye's great with that AWP, as you mentioned, a.k.a. the Virus, Blur, and Lep, those guys who are just so confident to walk around the map, find anything that they can. And I'm very curious to know what map we're going on because I think they've looked sharp on all of them. I think that match against Kennesaw was a fantastic one on Dust 2, where they had that great comeback, and it was just, that was a battle. That was an absolute battle on that map, and that's a very good team that VCU has.
Yeah, we've only seen these two teams compete here in this tournament 4 maps. That's it. Both of these teams, they were in the group plays. They only had 3 teams in their group, and so all they had to do was win 1. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other side for University of Central Florida. They'll be playing here against VCU, and UCF is another one of those squads that are just so much fun to watch here, John.
They sure are. I mean, looking at it there, Chill Dan, we've seen that guy so many times. We're going to just see a highlight reel of him here because he has just done so much for his team. Blue Sky, this guy as well, is just crazy smart, crazy awareness, great aim, obviously, as we've seen from all of these players. Rascal's been so much fun to watch with his deagle. And just, they've been all lights out. I mean, I could talk about all of these players. They've all had their all standout performances. And just as much as we were saying about VCU being a strong team, UCF, I mean, I feel like they're both very strong teams. As we can see the lineup here, Backs 41, Blue Sky, Char, Chill, Dan, and Rascal. As you mentioned it, Corey, we've only seen 4 maps out of both of these teams. And let's just take a moment to absorb everything that's going on here. This is the winners finals. This is the last best of 1 we have in this tournament, aside from the exhibition that we have later today. This is the last best of 1 that we have. We've gone through 14 days of competition. We're at the end of this day, we'll be over 100 maps of casting and observing and you name it. And we've come down to these 2 teams.
Yeah, this is going to be a really, really good game. I'm a huge fan of UCF. All of these players, all 5 of them on the board here, are great players to watch. Let's go ahead and take a look at our map pick bands of where we sit right now.
Ooh.
And we can see right there at the very end, we're going to be ending up on Inferno. But how we got there, UCF, they got rid of Train, they got rid of Mirage, and they got rid of Nuke. And so they got 2 of those primary maps out of the way that we talk about quite a bit. And Vertigo was banned right out of the gates by VCU, and then overpasses out of here. And then that left VCU's decision between Dust 2 and Inferno. And they banned Dust 2, which I think actually I wouldn't want to have a toss-up map like Dust 2. You don't know what type of play you're going to end up with. Inferno is a good map where you can kind of be slow and steady to find your placement without having to be make impact plays right out of the gates. And so we'll see how that one plays out there. So again, VCU ending up selecting Inferno in the end.
And I think this went great for VCU is this ban phase. We saw them playing very well against Kennesaw on the likes of Dust 2. Yes, it was close, and it went down to the wire at 16-14 where they barely edged it out. But we also saw them on Inferno where they took down RMU, and that's why RMU's on the lower bracket, because VCU had a great game. 16-11 was that scoreline. And so if I'm looking at this on the side of UCF, you were going against 2 pretty good map picks on the side of VCU. But, Corey, it is ever so fitting that we're going to go to Inferno. Championship map, as we say. Sure, this is a best of 1, but these are 2 championship-level teams. And so seeing a map like Inferno, we've seen UCF on this map. They went down to the wire with Kansas State 16-14. And as I just mentioned, VCU taking over RMU 16-11. There's going to be a lot to take in from this map. We've seen them both have very strong default setups, just very strong team play, and ultimately, I think it's hard to call out what the standout will be the difference between these 2. We haven't seen them play. We've only seen 4 maps with them, as you mentioned. So it's almost hard to say who we think will take it because I feel like they're so evenly matched. I personally feel like UCF will be better just because I think they've hit the crazier shots in some sense, whereas VCU is just like the slow burn in some sense. If they just have consistently been better, whereas UCF has been like overwhelmingly strong.
Well, you say that, but then I look back at the bracket, and VCU is the only team that is actually 16-3'd out of these groups. I mean, we looked at the actual setup. I mean, VCU from round 1 had a very deciding map map pick, and then after that, I mean, they had a couple close games, but they played against Kennesaw. They played against a lot of really top-notch teams going into it. I think all of the games for UCF were very, very close, but it ended up going in UCF's favor. I do think that UCF could be a better team, but I would be as I've said before, and it always holds true in collegiate play. It's what team are we going to see today? We could see a really, really talented VCU team again, because yesterday, or the last time that we've seen VCU, they were lights out. They were so much fun to be able to watch. I mean, more importantly, we saw Chaz. Chaz was making some really, really awesome plays in that matchup.
And then just the utility. On top of that, we saw all the grenade kills. They got aggressive towards Banana. We saw RMU being the team that wanted to do that. But there we saw the double grenade stack, and then that took out 2 players. I mean, they just wanted to take full control. But at the same time, we have also seen that same play style from UCF on that map. And that's what I'm saying. It's just, I don't know what's going to be the X factor here from either team. It's just, as you said, it's going to be who's going to come out to play today. And that's really the most important thing to keep an eye on. Corey, I have a feeling that this one could go easily over 25 rounds.
No, it absolutely could. I mean, we could see exactly all the different nade placements that we're going to see. I think if you see UCF starting off on the counter terror side, you're going to see some really good nade usage, a lot of utility usage on Inferno. But the counter to that is that you're going to see some very aggressive play from VCU, a lot of quick attacks, a lot of good hits. I think these are a great complement to one another. This is going to be a really good match, and that's why we're going to see this go the distance. Inferno just allows for that opportunity to be able to extend even further. So we'll see how this one plays out. We've currently got 8 players in the server. We're just waiting for 2 more to be able to hop in here with us, and then we'll be getting underway. We'll even showcase the knife round as well, as it is a crucial part of deciding who's going to be starting off on which side. And I think both of these teams, of course, would like to start off on the CT side to be able to control the tempo. And then we'll also be on the lookout for the pistol round. I think the pistol round has really, I mean, a lot of tournaments, a lot of play. You talk about the pistol round it being the most important round to look at, as at least it's a tone setter. But what we've seen in this tournament, it doesn't make a difference. It's usually about what happens in round 2 and 3 to see what's going to happen next. We've seen so many different Deagle Eco rounds coming into this tournament, and very successful Deagle Eco rounds at that front as well. I mean, so those are some of the things I would be on the lookout for in this tournament, or in this matchup, is seeing what's going to happen really more so in rounds 2 and 3 than really what's going to be happening in the pistol round, because we've seen definitely things changed up quite a bit. We've got all 10 players currently have joined us in the server. We'll just wait for them to be able to get started in the knife round. But for those that are still with us, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. This tournament has been so much fun for us. We wanted to be able to host it here in the venue, but that just didn't work out in our favor. As we take a look here at Inferno, John, you say it because I've told it to you so many times. This is one of those maps that just always brings me back to some really iconic moments in Counter-Strike, and there's just so many different things that have happened, and just seeing some top quality play from day one. Whenever I first got introduced to Counter-Strike, we used to see the likes of Team 3D and SK and NIP, whenever it was a different NIP back then, playing in these matches. Fnatic back then, different Fnatic back then too, and they would play on a map like Inferno, and you just see some of the most epic moments that you would always wish for. Some really good B-holds. But here we go. Let's go ahead and see which way this is going to end up. And, wow. If this is any sign of what a knife round could be like for the game. So UCF going to be starting off. I'm more than likely going to start off on the CT side.
And Corey, just to keep touching on your point, this map's got history. I mean, when you just close your eyes and you think B, bomb site, Inferno, there's 2 things that immediately come to mind. First one is Happy's Deagle Ace. I mean, if you want to talk about eco round wins, that is, I think, the most iconic one of that. As we know, similar with the great cast on that side. And then, of course, Cloud9 holding down the site. And then Stewie just save Cloud9. We're going to overtime as they win the major. I mean, this is just the championship map. And as we see it, as we're talking about Banana, they go rushing on in as VCU, Chill Dan, and Rascal are left with the task of defending the site as they wait for the rotation. Chill Dan's able to find 1. He's able to find 2. He's able to find 3. He's able to find 4. This guy is on fire already to start. He allowed his team to get in. Wow. He just found 1, 2, 3, and 4. He's trying to write history for his team on this map, and that is the pistol round in their favor.
Wow.
Let's see that again.
Yeah, Chill Dan.
So quick. Look at that.
Chill Dan's pistol rounds are so good.
First shot every time. The only kill that was not the first shot, or the first kill was not his first bullet. You get what I'm saying? Yep. Everything after he found it on the first shot.
I get the fact that he impressed you so much that it made you stutter over your words. That was pretty epic, seeing Chill Dan do what he does best. I mean, for the 4 times that we've actually seen this team, it was really, really awesome. And, again, Chill Dan continues to impress during our pistol rounds, and because the pew-pew is so strong with him. As we'll see, as you've got Char setting up. They've got a crossfire that's happening here for mid, and VCU has decided not to attack a bomb site quickly. They've waited and kind of delayed out. I'm kind of curious of what's happening, because you've also got Wolfeye that's hanging out in spawn right now. And we'll see if they're, what type of conversations they're having, what they're going to be able to talk through a little bit. I feel like, going into round number 2, you probably should have already had some of your ideas of what happens if you win or lose the pistol round. But they've delayed out it long enough. And so now we're going to see if VCU is going to be heading here towards the B bomb site. You've got Chilled Dan. He's joined with Rascal. This is that great combo that we're going to see from UCF. And there it starts as they're going to be trading it out, or being able to pick off one over the other, back and forth between the two. And that round is over. UCF with a quick hold there in the B bomb site. And I think VCU is just kind of talking things through. How do we want to approach this? They may even be having the discussion, okay, Chill Dan and Rascal are holding those positions as they normally do. And so they'll continue to communicate throughout this entire game. This is only a best of 1, but we are in the upper bracket finals.
Number 3 starting with AKs in the hands of VCU now. Opting to not invest is UCF. We still see Rascal on the MP9. The FAMAS is still on the board, and Char's even got his own MP9, so winning that round convincingly enough, just trying to keep their economy intact. As once again, we're trying to see some control on the side of Banana from VCU. Rascal's playing much closer this time around.
Yeah, he's in that perfect distance with the MP9, so he can be so effective, but not right up in your face.
It's kind of so lethal, but that flash grenade was just perfect, and he's going to be caught out. At that range, that gun is no longer as lethal, and especially when you've got 3 people running at you with AKs. Jill Dan's able to get 1, but they have just flooded the B bomb site.
Yeah, AK the Virus doing what he does best. He's just watching the lurk, and he catches 1 on the rotate. That's actually going to stall Bax 41 for a little bit. And he does spot him, picks off the head, and he's going to be able to pick himself up another FAMAS. This one's just a different skin. Actually, it's a default skin with some stickers. Alige.
Hey, he just needed the power up. Alige, a top 5 player in the world. Maybe he's saying, you know what? I've got the power and the aim of that of a top 5 aimer now. As he's just going to quickly throw that idea away and grab himself the AK.
Yeah, that's absolutely what he wanted out of it.
Yeah. Stickers are not nearly that powerful. If they were, we'd see a lot more.
This one's got 4 holographic ones.
Yeah, sure does. Look at that.
It gives you constant motivation, which you basically find on a poster inside of an office that says teamwork.
We don't have any posters like that here, unfortunately.
Yep. No teamwork either.
That's not true, Corey. You and I have been here for 97. This makes 97 maps?
I think that's it's either 9. I think it's 96 maps.
96?
I think I wrote it down somewhere, but yes, it's been a lot.
I like to think we're working pretty well as a team.
I think so as well.
And it seems like VCU is able to work together well as a team in that last round. They get their first on the board behind 2 opening picks from the side of Leprechaun. Guy is so strong. We've seen him just be anchor. We've seen him be a rotator. We've seen him be the opening fragger. That round he decides to do just that. As now we see the investment coming through for the side of UCF. Only 1 FAMAS in the hands of Char. Getting 3 people to this B-bomb site. Good adaptation as once again they're allowing some forward control on towards Banana. VCU is slowly pushing forward. I think they're gonna spot Char here. They're gonna realize that there might be something up as they try to flash their way over, and perfectly played. Wolfeye's there on the trade. He is so low. He's down to 12. A lot of damage from that Molotov. As they are still trying to make their way through Banana. That lone player on the A side is rotating off to join his team. Still 2 players here. They took down Rascal. So they might feel like that they have only 1 person on this site, but as they saw, it was Char joining the fray. It's going to be a 2v4, and we saw they were able to entry last time, but there is a gap in that smoke. Oh, and Char's able to see right through it. And he's able to shoot right through it as he finds 1. He continues the spray, and he just gets AK the Virus.
It's going to be fun to watch on the replay because you're going to see both of those instances where he actually couldn't see anybody and just sprays right on through. Just good control.
Now Blur's actually trying to get offensive here. He knows that there's some players rotating. He actually took the fight. He did some good damage, but he wasn't able to win. That's 3 on the board for the side of UCF. That's going to cause an eco coming up for VCU. And here we go. There's that replay. As you just saw, he just sprays through the smoke. Great timing. And for the second time, he does it, and he finds his 3rd of the round. Just great timing through. And as we were talking about earlier, the sprays through the smoke exactly in that spot are iconic, to say the least. As we hear in the voice of Similar, Dupree is sweating bullets right now. That was one of my favorite Counter-Strike moments. As UCF is trying to create another great moment for themselves in this tournament. As you mentioned, Corey, winning this game alone will bump you up from a minimum of $500 to $1,500. So this is the $1,000 game.
Yeah, something looks like it is going wrong because I actually do. We see still one player that was.
Oh, and there goes. Yeah, that's
that
Leprechaun.
Was oh, yeah, you're right. It was Leprechaun.
That's unfortunate. So we'll play this round out, and then we'll have a pause. So unfortunately, they're just gonna have to battle with the 4v5. We see 2 players set up just right outside of this apartment setup. As you mentioned, Chaz, he's been taking a lot of gunfire himself. So, AK the Virus is trying to work himself out of these apartments. He's going to be met by 2 players. And there he goes. He is met by those players mentioned. Now they're trying to push their way towards Banana. Made some noise at A, but the bomb is still in the hands of Chaz. He's got that CZ, and we've talked about this. That gun can't always be so lethal. Long ranges, it's much harder to make effective as the scouts. He's going to get a second kill. Oh, he actually misses, and that's a great shot there from Wolfeye. He gets him through the corner. And another great shot on the Char. Hey, he might get the bomb site here. Or excuse me, he might get the bomb plants. Chill Dance just spraying through, trying to find something. You can hear the bullets whizzing by, but he pushes through the smoke and finds them just in the nick of time, and Wolfeye goes down, and that's going to be the 4th on the round. And we're going to see a match pause coming in. Try to figure out some of these technical issues, see what's going on with Leprechaun.
Yeah, we'll wait here and see as we finally get the pause there into play, and we've got he's able to join us back again, so we're all good to go here. Just got disconnected from the server, so looks like we'll be getting back into it pretty quickly here. Right now, UCF, they started off pretty well. VCU, of course, they just got the plant down. Leprechaun does, he'll be able to buy with his teammates this round. Chaz at 0-4, but of course we won't linger on that too much. We are early in the game.
And we know he can come back.
Yep.
We've seen him have solid performances all tournament long. 0-4 and only 1 gun round to really speak up for themselves, so I would say in some cases you could say that's to be expected, as you see Blur with 1, AK the Virus with 1. That's probably from their gun rounds, and then everything else they haven't had as much success. So only 1 round on the board for VCU, as it seems like Leprechaun's back in, and AK the Virus is not bought yet, so I hope that's not another issue they're finding on their side. And as we talk about it, that it is. Unpause now. Looking at the scoreboard, Chill Dan. Not surprised to see him having a great game. He's already 10-2. He's not even seen the AWP come out just yet.
Yeah, again, he's has had multiple chances to be able to boost his score like that as well, because they have been coming his direction almost every single round. So he's got a couple of ecos. Of course, he has a pistol round under his belt, which was 4K. Let's see how this one's able to start off. We will see a full actual gun round for both sides this time. I think the 1 round that VCU does have was actually the first gun round. And those nades, Wolf-Eyed Chaz says, ow! As they were able to get dropped down to 21 HP for Wolf-Eye and Chaz to 13. Still start to work their way here. Slow and steady. Of course, it's not the VCU that I had expected out of this game. Expect him to be a little bit more impactful, quick to hit, a lot better executes. Of course, them taking so much time, you can see Blue Sky going ahead and dropping his smoke right there at the choke. And that's going to slow them down. 40 seconds left here in the round. Little flashbang over the top. Now they're going to hear that flashbang. And there's a smoke. That's actually going to be a smoke for CT. They're going to do a 3-2 split here. And on the angle as AK the Virus watching for Chaz. And this is going to be a tough spot here for Chill Dan and Rascal. As Rascal says, I'm going to watch over construction. I'm going to hold this down. You hold that down. Hey, that's my area. As Chill Dan is able to pick up 3. And there goes he got baited out there by Chaz. And the bomb is going to get planted now, but it is now down to a 1-on-2. Both of the players collapsing at the exact same time. And he's going to see if he can be able to get some picks here, and it's just not going to happen. Good try, though, by Chaz. But Chill Dan, what control that he had there. Even helping out and supporting his teammate while he was trying to defend the bomb site by himself. So we take another look here. You can see Rascal was trying to be able to do some work there. He's able to pick up one from afar and one close before he gets taken out. 5-1 right now in favor of UCF.
And there's that AWP. So, I mean, he's been looking lights out with the rifle, but if he's feeling it and he starts getting this weapon online, here he goes. He's poking towards Banana. He's getting aggressive. He's poking out towards that smoke, and just barely scraping by is Chaz. As you can see, those 2 bullets right inside the wall. They're trying to get aggressive back. They don't want Chill Dan to just poke so easily, as he's going to see the utility trickle in. He's gotten hit by everything. Grenades, smoke, flash, and Molotov at this point. He's down to 15. He's got to fall back to the site. Rascal's joining him. Seems like they've won the battle for Banana this time. They have still yet to try to take their attention towards that A-bomb site. They feel very comfortable on the side of B, despite Chill Dan just having a lights-out performance so far. AK the Virus seems like the one guy who's always pushed very far forward up into this mid position. They've been able to find nothing. He's going to fall back with his team, and look at this. VCU's wanting to hit the B bomb site. They've got the utility lined up. You see him standing in place. It's going to be a hit coming through now, and look at all of it flying in. Rascal, he's still joining on site as Chill Dan's able to find one. He misses the second shot. Rascal's going to have to follow him up as he's out of the round. He's able to get one. He's able to get the bomb down. That's going to allow the rotations to come in, and Blur comes swinging, and he's blind. He pulls out the utility, and he ran out of bullets. AK the Virus. It's fortunate that Rascal had run out of bullets there, but Rascal wanted to do it all for his team, and that's a nice spray coming out for AK the Virus. He's got to find 2 picks here, and he can't do it. 6 on the board for UCF as they even find the AWP to close out that round. Chill Dan is just making so much of an impact on this B site. You see VCU's trying to be relentless. They are not backing down. They are still staying courageous. They are wanting to fight through the adversity, but they come up losing every single time.
Let's see if they decide to try it again. You can see Chaz leading the charge. And here comes those Tech 9s. You got 1 CZ in the hands of Chaz.
Just this grenade damage, Corey, has been stellar.
As they've been able to push in. There's a lot of utility, as you mentioned. Rascal, who's the one that was actually in the site this time. Bomb's going to get planted. This could be a little tough, but Chill Dan is a pretty darn good player whenever it comes to the AWP. Yes, he's going to get head dinked down to 19 HP, regrouping with his teammate. Great mollies coming in that forced them out of position. And he almost took down the player there through the smoke. And AK the Virus is thankful for it. And great job by Blur. Again, you saw the previous player tried to be able to spam through, and then Blur just stayed alive long enough. And then they didn't check that angle again. And so then Blur was able to push on through. And so 4 rounds in a row went to UCF, and then VCU put a stop to it.
Man, that was even behind them getting hit for that grenade to start. So they were going in with low life. Rascal was only able to find 1. And Chill Dan couldn't connect the shots as now VCU is being rewarded with an eco now. But here's Rascal, and man, you want to talk Deagles? This guy, probably one of the main Deagle highlights of this tournament, finding just an absolutely disgusting 4K on overpass. 4 bullets, 4 headshots. In the matter of about 2 or 3 seconds, he was able to do that. As now they've gone completely aggressive, and Chill Dan able to find one. He's able to find on Rascal, and there you go.
9
Chill
HP.
Dan is still alive. 9 HP. That Molotov's going to flush him out. Yeah, he was in no man's land there. Great call out there from Wolf Eyes. It's a 3v3. Look at that. They actually have 2 rifles in their hands as Blue Skies made his way to the B bomb site. Seems like even with those 2 players out of the round, they don't feel confident going B just yet. They're going to try and regroup first as AKA the Virus. Still, that 1 player pushing down mid. Wolf Eyes holding towards Banana. You can just tell the impact that Rascal and Jill Dan have had on that B bomb site. That they still don't feel comfortable going unwatched as now, oh, if Char had connected that shot, but that's going to be the bomb. He's going to spot it. Bax is going to run over to join his team, and Blue Sky is also going to start running over. As this retake is going to have to come through side of CT, and now we see 1 player, and that's Char. He's coming through mid. They've got a tough task ahead of him. Wolfeye, we know he's solid with that weapon as well. And he's got a great angle for himself. Oh my goodness. I got scared there. I thought that was a T. I was poking that far forward, but Bax pushes out of the smoke, and the trades are there. AKA the Virus able to take out Blue Sky. Now Char's got a tough task. He finds the head of one, but the other one, AKA the Virus, pokes out to support his teammate. Great team play here, as that's going to be some momentum in the favor of VCU as they go against another eco round. They could get 4 on the board here and narrow that lead down to 6-4. But for now, it stands at 6-3 in UCF. Got to bounce back. They want to keep this lead for themselves.
Yeah, you can see how they actually Bax 41 got himself a scout to watch over mid, and he's going to continue to just challenge with this one back and forth. Let's see if Bax can actually pick up one to start this round. And no damage has been caused so far, so. And Bax keeps being able to bounce back and forth between the positions. The B bomb site is completely open right now. There's not a single player over there. And they're just decided to go ahead and take this gamble for now. Yeah, it's going to be setting up here for Molly's to be able to take over the B bomb site, the empty B bomb site. And there they come, being able to clear out all the different positions. Pretty good stuff coming in. But guess what? There's no one there still. Might make them slightly nervous as they start to push up there. And they still haven't tried to plant the bomb yet. They want to make sure the entire bomb site is clear. And they feel good about it now. And so now you're going to see they're going to go ahead and see if they can pick up this scout and then be able to do something with it afterwards. As it is in the hands of Blue Sky, but they are just waiting for them at the end of Banana. They're saying, please, oh please, go ahead and push through the smoke. But so far, UCF, of course, this is a eco coming in for them. They did not buy anything except for 1 P250.
And scout.
And a scout, you're correct, yep. And they bought a scout. And this round is going to end as it looked like Rascal was trying to see if he'd be able to get a pick there. Yeah, but so there you have it. 3 rounds in a row now for VCU. And look at Chill Dan. He's bought himself some. He already has some head armor, so he's going to be able to buy. He'll be fine there. But looks like they're electing to go with the Deagles, but just because they couldn't fully upgrade, they want to. But Bax 41 ends up back to a scout again.
This is the 3rd eco in a row. Okay, well, Bax this time finds the opening. That's on the Chaz. See if he can get any more as they come out of the apartments. Blue Sky's not able to line up the shots. No. And that's 3 quickly going down. As the bomb's going to be planted, I think they're going to take their time again just to make sure it's fully clear. Making sure they've got no stone unturned. As there it is, Leprechaun's getting the bomb. Blur's watching for the flank. He's actually got the right idea. But he just misses Chill Dan as he makes his way closer to that bomb site now. A lot of these players on the side of VCU actually took quite a bit of damage. So this Deagle can do a good amount of work. He's going to find 2, and he actually got the low health player down. He got both of them. If he just finds 1 stray headshot, this could get interesting. It is ticking down. The bomb is going to explode at this point, and they're just trying to get away. I don't think Chill Dan's far enough. Ooh, he just barely escapes with 3 HP and the Deagle. I mean, not exactly the gun you're walking away with the most ecstatic about, but
yeah, but he's also still got his head armor.
I was just thank you. You beat me to it. I was about to say, but the thing is most important is the head armor is they get a double AWP setup. One in the hands of Blue Sky. I'm actually not sure if we've seen him on that weapon yet.
We have.
We have?
Yep.
I thought it was Char was their secondary. But I must be mistaken as we see it now.
Yeah, I've absolutely seen that skin. Of course, you'd like that one back. They're going to go ahead and push towards the lane side. As Bax 41 is going to try to be able to hold this one down. It's just not going to happen as Leprechaun finds one. Blue Sky, who switched over to the USP because of the close quarter combat. Chill Dan still has that AWP here on this retake. It is down to a 3-on-2. And AK the Virus just over the top of the wall. He has caused a little bit of damage to Char. You've got one inside a pit and one in the bomb site.
Look at these smokes everywhere. Just nothing to be seen as now they're rushing forward. Chill Dan had the Deagle, and it's come down to a 1v1. He's going to find the bomb. He's going to see so many smokes, and he's going to feel confident behind it. Oh, he's wishing he had stuck it now, and he's not going to get the shot. AK the Virus is not going to poke him. He's going to play it smart. He needed to stick it. Why'd he come off of it? He doesn't have the time. Rascal, you got to get out of there if you want to save this gun. Oh, he had multiple chances there, just didn't feel confident. AK the Virus is playing it perfectly, baiting out the shots, making him feel uncomfortable in those situations. And that is a tied score line. That's 5 rounds in a row for the side of VCU, as we're going to see yet another eco from UCF. A Deagle eco. Man, say that 10 times fast. Deagle, eco. I can't. Here we go. And man, just even though it's an eco, they are still able to do this grenade damage. Now they're going to have a grenade on their own. And ooh, what a shot there. That was through the wall. Maybe it was just around the corner, but still a great shot as he gets taken down by the fire. Wolfeye looks at the Deagle over the, or excuse me, he looks at the ACAT over the wall and finds himself on only a Glock now. You see, he's actually still trying to get that AK. You can see it on the steps.
That's funny.
I wonder if do they have an HE? They do. They could try to blow it to him, but
yeah, that could get crazy.
That could. I don't think that's quite worth it. As Bax is going to see the Molotov going in. He's going to call out the players on site. He sees one. He's letting them all pass. He's lining them up. He's able to get 2, and that was great play there. But now it's on his team to try to close out behind it. It's a 2-on-2, and they don't have rifles. They're still on these Desert Eagles. Rascal yet to find 1 kill with it in this round. As they're going to regroup, and they're going to take it together. What a spray through the smoke. Char gets taken down. This shouldn't work for Rascal here. He's got no kit. Both of these players. Oh, he's actually just made it past. He's just made it past. He's got himself an AK now. He can find one crazy shot here, and he just misses as Wolfeye crouches right below it. And that's going to be the lead here for VCU. We said they had a slow start, and now we're seeing them pick up some speed and pick up some momentum. They want to move on into that grand finals. And here's Wolfeye. He just had a feeling. And boy, what a feeling it was. That's Char. Not able to make it through that smoke, and 7-6 VCU. They've come alive in this second half of the first, and the later of this first half.
Yeah, so far, I mean, that's 6 rounds in a row for VCU. And so but more importantly, we've seen a lot of saves, a lot of ecos coming in for UCF in this game, and none of them have worked out for them. And in the past, we've seen UCF go in with a Deagle eco and be able to pick up rounds. So we'll see another gun round coming our way as they're looking to try to be able to stop at least one of these gun rounds. As here they go. They liked it. They like to challenge it and see what they can be able to do here. Chill Dan, who's got an op in hand, as he's basically going to go ahead and give it away his position, try to bait out some players to be able to come out. And missing some more shots as he tries to go ahead and shoot through the smoke. And, you know, Chill Dan going to the op is absolutely his weapon of choice. But you can see how this one has been ending up now. They're going to try to be able to retake this bomb site as they go ahead and molly off.
Oh, yeah, that one
The
just
coffins.
missed. They wanted to get Leprechaun out of that position, but they missed it. Now it's a 2v2. Okay, Blue Sky's trying to even it up, but it's just a 1v2. The bomb is going to explode at this point unless Chill Dan sticks it. And they're going to find him, and they're going to call him out.
Wow.
They're even going to get the AWP if they want it, but they're not.
Rounds.
That is 7 rounds in a row, Corey. 8-6 in favor of VCU. They have found themselves getting hot. So hot. And I just have to think, if that one Molotov would have connected on Leprechaun, that could have been a better round there for UCF, and they'll have to go back and watch that one to see what happened there. But now they're going to force into this round. It is the last round of the half, so no surprise to see that. Oh my goodness, just look at those explosions coming out. Perfect flash grenade coming out from Chill Dan, giving the support he needs, and that one Rascal wasn't prepared for, but he's going to poke again behind it. The teamwork working impeccably, but they're still getting traded 2 for 2. There is another player on this site, and it's Char. He's only got a Deagle to work with, but they've fallen back off the site. They said it's too hot for us right now. We need to cool down. As now we see AK the Virus, of course. He's the first man leading out towards mid. And who else as they're taking it towards Arch now? They might even try to go CT again through this. And what a swing out there from Bax 41. He gets 2. It's now left to Blur. And to try to stop the bleeding is UCF. There it is. Blue Sky is able to close it out.
Oh
and
my
wow,
goodness.
what a half that was. We thought it was all UCF. We thought VCU was slow to start. And oh my goodness. They
Well,
just
they
had
were.
to rev up the engine, and boy, they came on fire.
Yeah,
8-7.
Yeah, all of that being said, I mean, VCU was starting off slow. I mean, they started off the game 6-1, and then all of a sudden they won 7 rounds in a row on the T side here on Inferno. And so you know that they feel very, very good about finishing with an 8-7 scoreline. And now we're going to see a pistol round, and this looks like they're going to go for a retake here. As Chad's going to go ahead and drop the smoke here. And let's see what happens with the CZ. This CZ could be lethal. He peeks out. Oh, and it's so lethal. He picks up a hat trick with the CZ. He might be able to do this all by himself. As what a play coming in. What I like about it the most is that he swung wide, and he was able to pick up 3. The CZ is just so crazy. And Leprechaun comes in, and Wolf-Eye will pick up the next one. And VCU shutting down that pistol round, but more importantly, Chaz shutting it down as we take another look as the defuse comes in.
My goodness. Just a grinder that was. As you mentioned, Corey, you've been talking about how dangerous the CZ can be. He ran out the smoke, and he just held W, and little did he know he was running into 3 players, and it worked exactly the way he wanted it. As VCU, they're going to find themselves the pistol, and we saw the momentum, Corey. If they get the same scoreline that UCF had, the 7-1, this game is over.
Wow. The fact that of how these games have been going today, you want teams to be able to start off strong. And UCF did. And then VCU woke up. You woke up the beast, and here we have it. They've now hopped directly into this game, and they started off the first half with the lead from the T side. And so now they're feeling really, really, really comfortable. As you see, the Deagles are out. The Deagles for UCF have probably been the best in the entire tournament.
There you spoke it into existence,
Oh, my
Corey.
goodness.
There it is. That's what we like to see from Bax 41 as he opens up the site single-handedly. Char's just trying to be a distraction. They've actually gone so far forward on the B side. The bomb carrier's like, wait, guys, hold on. Hold it down for just a few seconds. Let me get there. As now he's going to make it there, and the bomb's being planted. It is a 3v4 retake against these Deagles. They have no armor. That's an important thing to note here. These rifles will absolutely melt through them.
Let's see if they can be able to hold this down. You got Blue Sky who's watching a tight angle, and they may not want any part of it. There's no kits for VCU. And so they're going to go ahead and realize it and say, hey, let's go ahead and live for another day. As we're able to win that round, we decided to go ahead and buy completely like the way we did. But we do not have kits. We did not hold down that bomb site. We did not anticipate a Bax 41. As now UCF is able to take the second round of the second half. And they're chasing after these weapons. They want these weapons. If they can get them, that's going to make some critical actions, some next steps, but they will not be able to advance any further. But as we take another look, here's Bax. The old Bax 41, able to pick up 2 nice deagle shots going into that round.
Only needed 2 bullets in that round to win. Just think about that, Corey. 2 bullets won them the round.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to be enough of it. Oh, no, let's go and take a look now. VCU playing super aggressive. That's Chaz. Chaz is already creating conflict, but AK the Virus and his teammate, that Leprechaun, they're both going to be taken down. And what was supposed to be this really clean, aggressive push, they find themselves going, wait a minute, where are they at? And then they get caught off guard and taken out of the round, and now it's left up to U4A.
VCU was not able to do anything with these guns that they saved, and look at the money. They're going to be on eco as it's a tied-up ball game, Corey, 9-9. Remember what I said? I said this game could very well see 25-plus rounds, and we're already making our way into 19 at a tie score line. That's a timeout coming for the side of UCF. Maybe talking it through, just trying to calm some nerves, trying to calm down. As you know, when you hit some nice deagle shots, Corey, you see how excited we get just seeing it. Now imagine being in the driver's seat and being the ones who landed that, being on that team, just feeling that camaraderie and feeling that energy. That might be what they're trying to do, is just get themselves collected again, not get too excited, remind themselves this is still a very important match and they are going a very strong opponent. This now has resulted in a pause.
See if they've given us a tech pause reason. Go ahead and take a look at the pings as well, just make sure we see any players. I haven't seen any players drop at this point yet. Let's see what information that we're able to gather from this team. And so I guess they, we'll go ahead and dock them another timeout if they didn't have a tech pause there afterwards.
We'll have to see which team went with the pause, because we saw UCF take a timeout.
That was UCF who also extended it.
Okay, so it was an extended timeout.
So we'll work that. There's no such thing as an extended timeout. It's just
a timeout
it's just another timeout here. So we'll find out what's going on there. There's no reference, but here we go. They're going to go ahead and start to be able to push out. Blue Sky has picked up 2 there to be able to. Man, you kind of wonder who's on which side. Of course, this was VCU. They are here on the save. They've got themselves an AK.
Well, U4A can push at the right time here. He's going to find multiple people. They don't know he's here. He's got an AK, and there it goes. Blue Sky has now been called out. There he is. He's underneath mid-pit. We're going to go on both sides of him. There is, yeah, there's only one way out at that point with the fire on the other side. UFC regains the lead here, Corey, and we're going to see the guns coming out. And the first time AWP in the hands of Chaz. Actually, that's surprising. I'm surprised it's not on U4A. Maybe it's Chaz is their B player. And we'll have to see where he's going to send him. He might try to fight a pick mid.
They might have a spawn.
That's where he's going. He's going towards mid, seeing if he can find anything. And, oh, he gets taken down. Chill Dan coming out on top of that bout.
Yeah, this is just, it's been a good fight. As you can see right now, the UCF has won 3 rounds in a row. This is our first real gun round coming in. And Chill Dan with that initial pick. AK the Virus has already taken a lot of damage as well. As there you've got 3 players that are here over towards Banana. And they'll continue to be able to be a nuisance here. But be on the lookout. You got Char, who's going to be lurking about. He's going to start clearing out the A bomb site, and they're going to start to make some sense out of this. As Char has been able to get a little bit deeper. He hasn't pushed forward yet. But look at this rotation happening from VCU. They've got 3 players. This is a gun round for everyone that is curious. They're making this anticipation, but Char can still clear out this bomb site before they try to execute. And that would be the right call. If they don't wait for Char, that's a problem. As Char is starting to realize, hey, there's nothing here.
Oh, but
and that is a
forward.
perfect attack. As here they go. Blur is going to be inside the side. They are already here. Don't forget that as Leprechaun and U4A. And oh my goodness, they've got the full stack. They did not wait. But Chill Dan is still alive. So let's go ahead and see how this one plays out. 25 seconds left here to go. And he swings on both of them. Chill Dan picks up 4 kills in the round. He says it does not matter. We do not need that action. They take on a bomb site that had all the players from VCU, and they're able to open it up for business. Oh, my goodness. As we take a look, boom, the flick, and just like that, UCF continues to expand their lead as now they've won 4 rounds in a row here on the CT or on the T side.
Ooh. There goes Blur. Already finding themselves the lead. They're going against the Nico. And man, I guess they don't want any easy rounds, Corey. As you said, if they just waited for Char, they could have just had the easy route in the bomb side. As AK the Virus found himself at a perfect angle against Chill Dan. Golly, what a shot that was from him. And he's already taken out of the round. He's 26 and 13. So much impact from him, just not even in this match alone, but the entire tournament. And this is an important match to win. This is the most important match to win in this whole thing. As Chaz is able to get one with that CZ before, and they're not trying to close out on the bomb site just yet. They're a little paranoid. They saw what happened last time. Like, well, if we're able to find 2 here, there might be more. As that's given some time from VCU. 2 players actually taking the route from Banana, which has given them ever so much more time. Blue Sky's just going to plant. He's actually indecisive. He's wasting a lot of time here.
No, he's trying to get the plant better for his teammates. It's still not the best plant in the world, but it is a plant for Pitt slightly. So they'll be able to play the angle a little bit to be able to see them. He's going to go ahead and hang out in the site, though, as they're going to be seeing. They spotted one. Wolfeye is right there. They know that there is a player in Pitt, so I don't see any grenades, though. And Back says, let me show you how this AK works, as he's found one there. And AK the Virus, who's picked himself up, may try to check that. Leprechaun, who has picked up a AK, is already going to go ahead and save this one. As you can see, the old CRT from the original CS UI has been already turned off. And that will do it. 12-9 now in favor of UCF.
AK the Virus got the job done. I mean, he just pushed in forward. He expected someone to be there. Was just trying to do some spread out damage. He got one guy. And hey, they'll take it. I mean, the money is fantastic for the side of UCF, as this T side has just been all theirs. It was an 8-7 scoreline in favor of VCU. We're going to see another gun round here, Corey. We don't see an AWP. It hasn't quite been the most impactful weapon other than what Chill Dan's able to do. And oh my goodness, he's burning alive. Blue Skies down to 4 health. Didn't realize he was standing in it.
Yeah, Chill Dan's still alive, though. You got one player out being Rascal and Blue Sky down to 4 HP. But Chill Dan and Bax, I'm going to add Bax to that list as well. They're both still alive here. And damage can still be done as Char is still lurking about. He's found himself a position. He's going to poke here. And that might pull one player if they wait long enough. Now, oh my goodness. He got shot out there. Now you can see them be able to defend a little bit further. That Molly's going to be deep, and Char's going to get caught on fire for a little bit. He does make his way out of there. And so now you can go ahead and back up and regroup with his teammates. As Char knows where at least one player is located. We'll see what they end up deciding to do. As again, this map is all about utility. You can see them tossing out smoke grenades, delaying, creating new choke points, basically funneling them towards the direction that they want to go. Here's the Molly, great Molly, and Chill Dan and both Bax 41 have to be able to push through. And what a shot coming in! As now there's only one player left alive here inside of the pit. The bomb needs to work his way into the site, and Bax 41 picks up another one. And then Wolfeye and his teammate Blur decide to save their M4s. As UCF, they have now put, they've put now 6 rounds on the board coming in. All right. UCF coming to life again in the earlier part of the half. And this will make round number 6. And what was a 6-1 first half score to start the game turned into an 8-7 in favor of VCU. This half is now 6-1 in favor of UCF in the second half. And will VCU turn it back around to be able to take this game 16-14? Those are the questions to be able to ask here.
Well, they've got to do it soon, Corey, because saving these weapons is not winning them rounds. And they don't have many more rounds to lose as it's 13-9. All momentum going in the favor of UCF. Once again, as you mentioned it, that utility just making so much work, so much easier for the side of UCF. This Char's got himself pretty far forward. They're going to fall back. They're going to grab the bomb. And yet we have yet to see an A hit for the first time. We see them go A, but it's always after they've like, all right, well, B's not able to be taken this time. It seems like this time they're trying to shape up for it. We see 4 players over there. Rascal's the lone person in banana, trying to see if they get aggressive, which they will not. Now Char's going to poke out. He might be met by AK the Virus. Here they go. They start poking out slowly. Now we see one player towards pit. That's Lep. He now knows the AWP's there. That's going to cause the rotation from Chaz. He's going to go towards Library. Now they're starting to advance their positions. Corey, we've seen this be an issue before for UCF where they took way too long to try to get to the bomb site, but that's a great pickup from Char, and they're going to start going. They're trying to get that player out towards pit. They know he's there and it's Lep. He's not able to find the shots. He's not able to close them out, and he gets taken out. As now it's a 2v5. It's the same 2 players who saved those weapons in the previous round, and Corey, we talked about it. They're saving the weapons. They're at least keeping guns, but they're not keeping rounds as UCF is walking away with this one. And UCF is going to go hunting. Chill Dan gets flashed. That's going to give them the AWP, and they try to find him again. Rascal not able to win that fight.
Okay.
And wait a second. 2 players. 2 players alive for UCF. I don't think they're going to poke anymore.
Yeah, they're done poking. And their money is good, except for Chill Dan. So they'll be able to buy an AWP, but they're going to have to toss that op over to Chill Dan if they want to be able to use it on the T side. They don't have to. It is the T side. You could be the aggressor and just go with AKs. As they'll be able to pick up the round. Chill Dan at 5,600. So he can go glass cannon if he wants to, or probably go an AK with a full nade set and everything. Actually, he gets dropped the AWP from a teammate. And there we go. We can see all the exchanges going on, and they do a air 5 to keep their social distancing.
Nice. Up top.
Up top. And then they break for the spawns, and now they're going to see what's going to happen. And Wolfeye says, thank you, Blur, for the AWP. As that's how this round is going to start. They have to stop the bleeding, as that's been 7 rounds in a row for UCF here in this second half. Slow and steady here. Of course, they continue with this default setup coming in from UCF, just poking and prodding and seeing what they can find. And one of the things that you don't see a whole lot of from UCF, at least on the A side of Inferno, is a lot of team shooting. And so Char basically works all of these angles by himself, which is very impressive.
And look how many people he's got over there. They've taken out Pit, they have taken out Library, and they have taken out Arch. They've stacked 3 players towards lane.
Yeah, we've seen this before, yeah, where but it was a good fire grenade. There's no smoke that's there, so they know that there's no visibility. They don't need to worry about a player going through arches through CT spawn. But here comes the mollies and flashes over the top and pressuring through as Wolfeye is low on health. He'll get taken out here in the round due to the fire. And Chill Dan, who was scoped in, his spotty senses were tingling. He's able to pick up another one there. 3 on 3 now. As the bomb will finally get planted. That was a good nade coming in. As Chill Dan now is down to 23 HP. See how they can be able to hold this one. See if they can get a retake coming in here for VCU.
That fireball's going to be everything. 2 players being pushed out of that spot, and they're going to burn.
Oh, but Blue Sky, here he is, and it's going to be the last one alive. That was over in the dark spot. He pushes out, and he finishes off the round. 8 rounds in a row for UCF here on the T side, and they are just saying this is a T-sided map, Corey. That's what we've turned this one into. Every round. These late pushes, these late attacks, and every position that VCU has been trying to play, changing it up, has just not worked. And now we see 3 M4s, an AWP, and a P250 on Leprechaun.
And that last round has to sting. They just took far too long to find the shots, as they don't take very long to find them this time. As now they're coming on top, and of course, Rascal just finding that one through the smoke. They now know one player's pit. It's Lep. That's the P250. He's not able to do anything. They completely overrun him. As now Blur's actually gone himself pretty aggressively. They need this round, and it means everything to him. Corey, as we mentioned, this is the difference between guaranteeing $1,500 and $500. There's a comma in that equation. If you lose, it's no longer there. They have to make this retake happen, and they've got to start going kind of soon. They don't have kits, as Wolfeye's going to push forward, and how does he find that shot? Blur's not able to take it. His back's 41, comes out of the woodwork with a 3K. Chill Dan has 29, and UCF is going to be the team that we see moving into the grand finals.
Yeah, they come in at the top, the tippity top of this tournament. You've got these are our top 3 teams where we're at, and there you have it. UCF coming out on top against VCU, taking this map. They're on Inferno, and now VCU is going to have a tough time. They've also got to play against RMU. We saw them play that matchup beforehand. The difference is it's going to be a best of 3 now. So all of the matches now from here on out are going to be best of 3s. That was our last best of 1 in this entire tournament, and that actually makes us now we're in, I believe that was map number 97 that we just had. That we've seen in this entire tournament. So we'll see how this one is able to play out. But, John, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break as we're going to try to continue to push this tournament along, give you as much action as possible. Coming up next, we've got VCU versus RMU in the loser bracket finals in a best of 3.